here, how could the private sector,
when you go there, ask me about the machine.
Get your loan on the phone because your market.
Them because it's a more. These are more.
So buy per kilo of this.
We buy per kilo, 1,000 shillings per kilo, and sisal goes up to 100 shillings per kilo.
Yeah, the machine. So you are in Nairobi?
Yes, I was there.
Oh, okay.
You need to grow. And there are opportunities available for you that are there. Because there are so many opportunities and programs. One of the people in the government help them know and create awareness. The finance institutions is also affordable in the easy finance. So that interest rates, so that can be able to benefit MSME and also
and you have had, we are out to grow you. So all the products you see people marketing, even
anthem will have been played. We and the team. His Excellency CPA Peter Anyang Nyomo. Karibu wapchani. We are thank you.
First to you that they would recognize.
Over. Ukitulinda Baba, utupatie usikivu. Tukiwa hapa Baba, kwa pamoja nasi tunajika.
Kisumu Central, Peter Biro, to take us to the of honor on this in this great Republic of Kenya. Gentlemen, good afternoon. County and guest of honor, we want to assure you that this will be here, and as you have seen where in the places that you and you having been in at the helm of ministry of KIE, Mr. Peter, Mr. Henry Tanui, we have several guests that I'm advised that we go straight into speeches.
Colleague Waziri, Honorable Farida.
That's good. First, before I say anything, I'd like us to stand up for 1 minute in memory of our leader Raila Amolo Odinga, who would have been here with us today, but by the grace of God, he's represented us up there. May the good Lord rest his soul in eternal peace. Asanteni sana. My dear friend, the Cabinet Secretary for Cooperatives and Medium and Small Enterprises Development, the Honorable FCPA, Dr. Wycliffe Apets Ambatsa Oparanya, EGH. Dr. Oparanya has been a colleague of mine in politics for a long time. We are buddies, we are colleagues. And I'm glad that this conference today has brought him to me and monopolized him for a whole day today. Makofi bas. Chief executive officers and leadership of various sagas under the ministry, representative from invited county governments, leaders from the private sector, development partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jambo. It is my distinct honor to welcome you all to Kisumu the frontier of opportunity, innovation, and enterprise. Today, we gather not merely for a meeting, but for a convergence of ideas, expertise, and aspirations. This forum symbolizes what we can achieve when government, private sector, and development partners commit to moving in one direction, that is forward. The micro, small, and medium enterprises of Kisumu are not just economic actors, ladies and gentlemen. They are the heartbeat of our communities, as you have seen in the exhibition here. They create jobs for our youth, spark innovation, support families, and drive the very engine of both our counties and our nation's economic growth. Their success is, in every sense, our shared success. In Kisumu County, we have been deliberate and strategic in creating an enabling environment for medium and small enterprises to thrive. First, the Buy Kisumu, Build Kisumu policy, our localized adaptation of the national Buy Kenya, Build Kenya strategy, seeks to enhance the competitiveness, visibility, and consumption of goods and services produced within our county. Its message is simple yet powerful. Let us trust, consume, and invest in what our people make. Second, the Kisumu County Trade and Markets Policy promotes a vibrant, inclusive, and efficient trade ecosystem. Through this policy, we aim to improve market access, increase employment opportunities, support small and medium enterprises, and entrench transparency and accountability in all trade-related activities. We may not have achieved all our objectives to the maximum, but we are on the road, traveling towards achieving that maximum. Third, our cooperative policy is revitalizing the cooperative movement, while also supporting community groups and self-help organizations to transition into more formal, sustainable, and structured cooperative business models. We believe that cooperatives are key pillars of shared prosperity. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to highlight that we are already implementing the Entrepreneurship Clinics program, a unique platform where small and medium enterprises, county officials, national agencies, and private sector actors sit together to identify challenges and design practical, actionable solutions. These clinics have proved invaluable in enhancing business stability, nurturing innovation, and strengthening small and medium enterprise competitiveness. Capacity building remains at the heart of this initiative. Across Kisumu County today, mentorship programs, technical workshops, and sector-specific trainings are equipping our small and medium enterprises with the knowledge, skills, and network necessary to navigate an increasingly dynamic business environment. The small and medium enterprises, ladies and gentlemen, landscape in Kenya holds immense potential, especially within the spheres of sustainable financing and value chain development. When we were talking with the minister this morning in my office, he emphasized this point, that the landscape in Kenya for small and medium enterprises holds immense potential, especially within the spheres of sustainable financing and value chain development. Sustainable financing is more than providing credit. It is about offering tailored financial products that are affordable, accessible, and supportive of environmentally responsible and socially impactful business practices. To champion this, we have partnered with banks, SACCOs, and development organizations to expand financing options for small and medium enterprises, especially those venturing into 1, sustainable agriculture, 2, waste management, and 3, ecotourism. Moreover, the shift towards greener economies presents great opportunities, and Kisumu is strategically positioning its small and medium enterprises to benefit and benefit from this. In addition, the county government, working with financial institutions, has rolled out credit guarantee schemes that reduce lending risks and encourage banks to extend credit without demanding excessive collateral. This is very important, because one of the things that discourage small and medium enterprises from accessing credits in financial institutions is the demand for excessive collaterals. A small enterprises beginning may only have their confidence and their business acumen as a collateral. Please give them space. Give them space. Try them and see where they get. We have seen there, talking to some of those small and medium enterprises, that they have reused their own resources to start these enterprises. Now they need credit. And hence they expose themselves here for those with money to have trust in them and put that money where the demand is. Makofi basi. We are further developing structural value chains and fostering local, regional, and international market linkages for our enterprises. Just yesterday, I presided over the commissioning of a rice milling plant in Ahero, one that unshackles our farmers from the bondage of exporting rice to be value added far away. Our rice, up to date today, has been bought by Ugandan businessmen going to the rice fields and buying rice from the farmers directly and getting it to Uganda for value addition. This rice mill, which is a public-private partnership initiative, is going to stop that kind of scavenging. Our rice cooperatives around Ahero have every reason to grow stronger and productive and produce more rice. Through collaboration with Kenya National Cooperative Agencies, we are harmonizing regulations, reducing trade barriers, and promoting cross-county trade. Despite the progress we have made, ladies and gentlemen, many small and medium enterprises continue to face barriers in accessing affordable credit and broader market opportunities. A key underlying challenge is informality. Informality. Operating informally limits access to credit, limits entry into formal markets, and reduces eligibility for government and donor support initiatives. Sometimes people operate informally to avoid taxation, but really, you can't despise the hand that feeds you. If indeed you have a public sector which is strong, everybody who does business should not be afraid of paying some small tax here and there. Because those who support you in government need resources too, like you do. So it is a two-way affair. You do business, you pay some tax, you demand credit, you get it. It is therefore critical that we work collectively, government, private sector, and partners, to simplify registration processes, minimize bureaucratic hurdles, and encourage greater business formalization. Formalization is not a burden. It is a gateway to growth. Today's forum, Medium and Small Enterprises Connect Dialogue, is part of a visionary national initiative by the Ministry of Cooperatives and Small Enterprises Development in collaboration with the private sector. After successful sessions in Nairobi, Embu, and Mombasa, as the Minister said earlier, it is both timely and fitting that this fourth session is held here in Kisumu. Makofi. This platform gives our small and medium enterprises a first-hand opportunity to learn, innovate, and connect. It brings together national agencies, county governments, academia, development partners, and private sector leaders, all united by one mission: to empower our small and medium enterprises to grow, scale, and transform our economy. To the ministry, to our partners, and to all who have lent their expertise and support to this initiative, I extend my heartfelt appreciation and thank you with all my heart. I say with all my heart, other things don't question, but with all my heart. Let us continue to walk this journey together. Let us simplify the business environment, enhance formalization, strengthen sustainability, and build resilient ecosystem for our small and medium enterprises. This work is not a one-day event. It is a continuous endeavor. When we empower small and medium enterprises, we strengthen Kisumu. When we invest in MSEs, we create an inclusive Kenya. And when we support our young innovators, we secure a prosperous future for generations to come. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here not only to speak, but also to learn. I'm here to learn from my minister, who has been my colleague in government for a long time. After the rich experience in that ministry, what advice is he want to give us and his team? Because learning, ladies and gentlemen, is a lifelong process. Asanteni sana, may take this opportunity to invite my friend, the Minister for Cooperatives, my friend Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, now to come and address you. Omwami, karibu.
Wananchi hamjambo? Mketi. Your Excellency Professor Anyang' Nyong', the Governor of Kisumu County. I don't know the other people who are here. I don't want to start guessing. Distinguished guests, private partners, and development partners, leaders from county government of Kisumu, ladies and gentlemen. Before I say something, let me appreciate the welcome that you have got with my delegation to this Kisumu County. I'm not a visitor of Kisumu County. I'm part of Kisumu County. As you know, my home is 30 minutes drive from here. So this is my sitting room when I'm at home. Sincerely, this is where I spend most of my time, free time. If I have free time to spend, I more come to Kisumu because it's nearer to my home than even Kakamega, which is 50 minutes from my home. And when I go to Kakamega, people forget that I'm no longer governor. They still follow me around, governor. So to avoid that, I come to Kisumu. A few key stakeholders in this dialogue who are here present. There are 15 of them, but some could not manage it. Some are here, so I want to recognize the ones that are here. It's Micro and Small Enterprises Authority. Yeah, that is the representative, briefly called MSEA. And the Weso Fund CEO is there. Peter. Financial Inclusion Fund, CEO, Hustler Fund. CEO is there, Mr. Tanui. Kenya Industrial Estate Acting MD, she's there. Those ones are within my ministry. And we have other stakeholders, Safaricom, Regional Director, around, is part of the stakeholder. Marketing Society of Kenya is part of the stakeholders, representatives are there. And then Confederation of MSME Kenya chapter, they are here also represented. And then Kenya National Chambers of Commerce, they are there represented. Those are part of the stakeholders of this MSME Connect that are represented here. And then we have the corporate stakeholders, Corporate Bank of Kenya, CIC, Equity Bank, and New Revenue Solutions Africa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think I wanted just to talk a few issues. Why we started this, and I think Rose, my advice on MSME, really explained why we have this particular function the way you have. We thought as a ministry, first of all, the ministry was formed by His Excellency the President specifically to address issues to do with small businesses and even cooperatives, we can call them small businesses. This particular MSMEs, they were before under the various ministries. Under the Ministry of Trade, majority of them, some were under the Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Labor. So they were all removed from those ministries and put together. Cooperatives was part of the Ministry of Agriculture. And moreover, now the focus is on MSMEs. Why? Because this is where we have potential growth for any economy. Whichever economy you are talking of, even developed countries, quite a number of countries started having ministries in charge of MSME long time ago. When I met my Indian counterpart, he said India established a ministry of MSME in 1953, and they have been focusing on that sector. And that's why they say they have been able to create jobs for their people. They are self-sustaining on food production. India, they don't import any food. And they are now approaching 1.5 billion people. Imagine 1.5 billion people, they are not importing any food. China the same. And here Kenya, we are just 50 million. We are unable to feed ourselves. We have to import rice and other foodstuffs. So it is the focus to this particular sector that has saved those countries. This is also a sector that can create employment for our people. At the moment, from the last survey that was done, 17 million people are active in this particular sector, which is just nearly a half of the others that we have who are in this sector. This sector contributes about to our wealth of this country, GDP, 40%. Savings that we have, and one of our responsibility is to encourage savings, is 30%. A country without its own savings cannot grow 30%. So this is a very important sector. You can remember we had companies here like Kekomi, they are no longer there. Breweries used to have to be here with a plant, now it's I think just a depot. Because they are also restructuring. As the economy changes, they restructure. They train themselves. And they're more now computerized, digital transformation is there. So their level of employment is very, very much reduced. So this is the sector that we are now focusing on. So we come here and dialogue, and we have identified county governments as major partners in this initiative. Because all these businesses, they are somewhere in a county. So unless we involve counties, then our mission will fail. And as we have told, we have already had 3 of them in other counties, and usually we agree, we have a memorandum of understanding with the various counties. We are hopeful that we will cover the entire 47 counties, come up with a document of understanding so that we can all create jobs and create wealth for our people at the same time. So that as national government, we are just in charge of policy and enabling legislation. Like we are planning, we have already a startup bill before the National Assembly that will define the journey of small businesses, from micro to small to medium, how that journey will be and how the government will be able to help you on that journey. As you are aware, most of these small businesses are informal. Some of them even don't have bank accounts. MSEA was formed in 2012 through a legislation of parliament, through an act of parliament, to try and formalize small businesses. Their responsibility and their offices in the entire country. In every county, there is an office of MSEA. So MSEA will help small businesses to register them, the ones that are informal, so that now they are formalized. And when you are registered, you are given a number, and there are officers in that office to help you to grow, to start growing in a formalized manner. And when you are formalized, you are able to open a bank account, you are able to borrow money here and there, they are able to support within the government financial ecosystem within the government. And you cannot access government funds unless you are formally registered by MSEA. And their representative is already here. Now, as I said, the startup bill that is in Parliament defines a journey of how you move from micro, small, medium, and then, of course, become a globally competitive company. In Germany, all companies started as MSMEs. They have even within their universities special departments in charge of MSME. they take it very serious. Because most companies, and they have grown to big companies, to international companies, and they started as MSME, as family companies. The government, national government, has decided to focus on 3 major areas. I will call it 4 major areas to help MSMEs. And these are the areas that we need actually to help each other with the county government. One of the major problems of MSMEs is finance. So financial inclusion is critical. The government has come up with their own financing initiatives. One of the major financial initiatives recently, the Hustler Fund. And that's why the CEO is here. Hustler Fund has been able to lend over 70 billion to Kenyans. Hustler Fund, you access Hustler Fund through a digital platform, through your phone. I know when I was the other side, I was saying don't pay Hustler Fund. But of course, that was politics. Now I'm seriously saying that borrow and pay. And Hustler Fund, you don't need collateral to borrow. Use digital, and if you borrow, pay back. If you borrow, pay back, then your credit limit is improved. You start with a lower credit limit, it grows. It's like Fulisa. I started with 3,000. Myself, 3,000. Now I'm on 20,000. So every year they keep on extending the limit because I borrow, pay. I borrow, pay. So at the end of the year or after 2 years, they say your limit has been enhanced to such a level. The same to Hustler Fund. And Hustler Fund now, you can borrow up to 150,000 through what we call a bridging loan. The normal Hustler Fund, you can borrow and pay within 15 days. The bridging loan, you can borrow and pay within 30 days. And you can pay slowly, depending on the business. So this is one of the avenues that the government has created finance for the MSMEs. The other one, government initiative, is a Weso Fund, and you saw stage exhibitors there telling us about how Weso Fund has helped. Weso Fund especially targeted women groups. They come together and they borrow. The first borrowing is 100,000. If you pay, they repay back, they get 200. They continue like that until the maximum is 500,000. So that is access to finance. The other one is Kenya Industrial Estates, and Kenya Industrial, the CEO is here. Kenya Industrial Estate is able to lend to you up to 20 million Kenyan shillings. And especially when, as an MSME, you are dealing with an industrial venture. If you have an industrial venture, you can go to KIE, you borrow the money, and the interest rate is 10%. The maximum period you can repay that money is 8 years. And industrial estate offices are all over the country you have one here in Kisumu. Those are government initiatives that are there. Now, if you are a big company now, you graduate on from medium now to a global company or bigger company, then you can go to Kenya Development Corporation. And Kenya Development Corporation can lend you up to 100 million Kenya shillings. So these are some of the government initiatives to make sure that you have access to financing. And a good business person, let me tell you, if you want to do good business, you must be disciplined, you must know how to keep your records, and we as national governments, we are able to organize workshops spread over the country to make sure that you are financial literate, you are financial literate to understand how to run your business. And when you hear that we have those forums, and that's why I say we can agree with, we have an agreement with county government so that some of these programs we take together. And for a good business person, you must borrow and repay. If you don't borrow and repay, then there's no discipline, and that's how your business will go down. Asians in this town, they work on trust. They manufacture quite a number of products, and they are able to give you without paying for them. You go and sell and come and pay. The other area that the government is targeting is market access, to ensure that there is market for your products. And one way is what we are displaying here. The ones who have come here, they are able to network, they are able to know each other. The other week, we had the East African Community Trade Fair in Nairobi, which brought together all the MSME in East Africa from the 8 countries. They all met in Nairobi. We had 5,000 people there every day for 10 days. So this creates a network within East Africa. Because as you enter into business, you must think, where is the market? And you are free under the East African Protocol of 1999, you are free to sell your products all over East Africa if you can access the East Africa market without any other problems. So access to the market is the other issue that we are looking at to make sure that we create a market for yourselves. The other one is digital transformation. Now you cannot do your business unless now you are able to use your phone. That is all over the world. Transformation is important, is easier. You can now be able to bank your money when you are seated there. Take your money, put it on M-Pesa, send it to your bank. You are able to access your bank from your phone. You are able to withdraw money without necessarily going to the bank. The government is creating internet everywhere. The government is creating infrastructure, constructing model markets. The national government, in conjunction with the county government, is constructing 400 markets all over the country to make sure that small businesses have access to good infrastructure to do their business. You have the internet, you are able to do your business. And this is how you will create wealth for yourself and will create wealth for others in the country, and that's how the economy of Kenya will grow. The last area that we are focusing on is, as government, is green financing, because there is a reality of climate change. You can see now we have short rains, so we are now promoting things that deal with climate change. We are encouraging the solar systems in your businesses. I saw a business here that is using hyacinth to make various products. Those are the people now that if they have good proposal, we are able to finance issues that will take care of the environment. So that is the 4 areas. There might be so many areas that these small business face challenges, but we cannot do everything at the same time. So we have decided to focus on the 4 at the moment. Now, as a country, we are also negotiating with other countries, East Africa, although we have a protocol to access free movement of goods, free movement of people, human resource across the borders, but sometimes other countries have issues. So sometimes you remember what has happened with Uganda, Tanzania, when they said Kenyans should move out, those who are doing small businesses. That is against the East African protocol. But we are encouraging the East African market, which is a big market of about over 300 million people. Private sector has really come in to support us, and that's why I mentioned banks that are helping us. Because this small business, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, they cannot access expensive bank loans. And in the banks, there is a requirement of collateral which small business cannot reach. As a ministry, one of the initiatives that we have come up with Nyota, and you have heard about Nyota, where we are now promoting small, young entrepreneurs to become business people. The project was piloted in Western Kenya, and already the president has launched it in Western Kenya, where it's a countrywide program where we are selecting 70 young entrepreneurs, 70 half, female, male, from every ward in the entire nation. So these young entrepreneurs, they are being trained to be business people for 4 days. After that, they are attached to entrepreneurs who are already there, those who are doing business already, they are attached for internship for another 2 months. Then they come back, they are also trained. There is a follow-up by the Ngao people or the administration to see how they are doing their business, and reports are made to my office to see how these young people are progressing. We are hopeful that out of that cohort of over 110 young people, maybe 70% of that will survive and they will become business people. This is how now they can also create employment for others. Because if you have a shop, definitely you will need a watchman. You will have created a job for that particular watchman. You will have someone to help you at the counter, someone to carry the goods maybe from the lorry to your shop. And that creates employment for Kenyans. Every Kenyan at least has economic activity to do so that the Kenyan is able to actually earn a living. So this program is also going on here in Nyanza, and soon We will be launching it here officially, Professor, I will let you know when we are coming to launch this important program of 70 youth per ward from the entire 4 Nyanda counties. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the initiatives that the national government is doing, and such a meeting or such a gathering is just to create sensitization, to know what we are doing, to know what the county government can do and where we can meet. Nowadays, you don't see county government askaris now chasing those small traders. We are encouraging them to organize a place for them, to make sure that they create an enabling environment for them, because that's a livelihood for someone. So we encourage them. Where we can support them, let's support them. If where the county government is not able to build infrastructure faster through the housing levy, the national government is coming in and constructing particular markets everywhere. And even now I can see kiosks have improved, the design of kiosks has improved. The many licenses that used to be there, now most county governments issue just 1 license. You'll find someone who used to have 12 licenses. Now they are encouraged, they have just 1 license. And they have also enabled those particular business people, Mama Mboka, to do their business without much harassment. And that's what we are now encouraging. And if you look at the startup bill before the National Assembly, those are some of the issues that are being raised there, so that Kenyans are able to do something for their development. They create wealth. We have cases where people started as 1 person. Companies have now grown. Companies have grown. Now you find there are several shareholders. Turnover is high. Employment has increased. They are now employing 100 people, 200 people, and that is now our business we are in. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what I had for you today. I didn't want to read what I had here. I thought it would limit me, and that's why I decided to talk it off the cuff. Asanteni sana.
I'm Evelyn Adala from Jeb's Bridal and Fashion. From Jeb's we make clothes, and recently I joined Jeb's recently. It's not been a while, so we started since we have girls around, and in our research tumeona ya kwamba wasichana wako na shida sana, so tumeamua ya kwamba tutatengeneza reusable sanitary towels yenye tunatengeneza from flannel, and this is the shield that will shield the girls. So these sanitary towels wakati tunazitengeneza tukiwa na Jeb's Bridal tunatengeneza alafu tunadistribute kwa mashule, na hii inapatia wasichana more days in school. We said that we are giving girls more days in school because tukitengeneza zile pads za kawaida ukiwapea like inachukua tu a few months na zimeisha, lakini with this one it goes for 2 to 3 years. Ni durable, ni reusable, so inapatia wasichana kazi rahisi, hata kwa wale ambao hawajiezi wakati wamekutana na hii inawapea kazi rahisi. So tulikuwa tunaomba serikali juu hii pad yetu imekuwa satisfied by KEBS, so iko very safe, haina chemical na iko pocket friendly. So tunaomba serikali kama wanaweza ingilia kati. There's a time nilikuwa kwa Ramogi Mine Nyalo nikiwa na Lynn, so nilikuwa nimeomba sana kama serikali inaingilia kati atusupport mimi tukiwa na Jeb's, tutengeneze hizi pads, tusupport nayo wasichana ambao wako mashinani. Kisumu, governor of Kisumu, tulikuwa tunakuomba sana kama unaweza kusikiza popote ulipo, utupe support tukiwa na jebs, tusaidia wasichana ambao wako shuleni ambao wajiezi, tuwatengenezee pads na waweze kukua na siku nyingi shuleni. Asante sana.
My names are Nolina Teno. I'm from Aquarech Limited. Aquarech was founded in the year 2019 by our CEO Devo Ketch. Basically in Aquarech we deal with all aquaculture value chain. That includes we produce high value fish fingerlings, high value fish feeds. We also have our own commercial sector which deals with making air fried fish and opposed to the normal deep fried fish. So for the air fried fish, basically what we do, it's a commercial based because we sell the air fryer can produce up to 60 pieces of fish in quantity time of 30 minutes. The air fried fish retains its nutrients considering it's not being deep fried inside the oil. So the air fryer retains the nutrients because we control the temperature as well as the heat that is being produced to make the fish. We also have a supportive sector where we onboard local traders by giving them the required gadgets like the jikos and the sufurias to deep fry fish to support the local trade outside. And we also support the farmers when it comes to giving them the feeds. And we also have an app where you can download a loan to acquire the feeds for the farmers. So today we came to the Jaramogi. Yeah. So today we are at the sports ground to showcase our products, and the event gave us the opportunity to interact with the local community as well as the showcase our products to the government as well as the media, of course, to get the view from people outside as well as the exposure for people outside to know about our products. And we are grateful for such events to occur because it gives us the platform to showcase our products to people out there. I'm not fluent in
Unaongeza Kizungu, unatalo hapo na Kiswahili. Naendelea. Hapo kwa Dulu nataka maybe useme ombi lako inaweza kuwa nini kwa the Ministry of Cooperative and the SMEs. Sasa anza tuna jina tueleze unafanya kazi gani.
Mimi kwa majina naitwa Zack Owiso. Mimi natoka Kisumu hapa. Niko na group inaitwa Village Creatives, tunafanya art zenyu tuna deal sana na recycling. Tunatengeneza vitu kama akala, viatu, tunachora, tunatumia hides pia. Hides ni ngozi ya ng'ombe. So tunafanya recycling ya hiyo ngozi ya ng'ombe to come out with something like this. Sasa exhibition ya leo imetusaidia kiasi, tumepata contacts, tumejuana na watu kiasi. Though we don't have good sales, lakini hiyo naye hatunini sana, bora contacts tumepata. Sasa
unaweza kuwa na kwa serikali hasa ile ministry ya cooperatives.
Sasa ombi langu kwa serikali tusaidia vijana wanatoka chini, tuwafundishe skills, vile wanaweza ishi na skills kama hii art yetu, vile wanaweza jinua na art, because hiyo ndio way, skills ndio way to go.
Na upande wa biashara yako ombi lako inaweza kuwa nini, like kuipatia ile strong foundation?
Ombi langu ni kuweke tu ikuwe na marketing, tufanye marketing, because we are working from recycling. Saa tukifuata marketing fiti inaweza kuwa fiti, because ni vitu quality. Kama ukicheki hii sandals hapa ni kitu quality. Sasa tukipata market fiti tuuze bei ingine, at least tunaweza saidia nao watu wengine, inaweza kuwa fiti sana. Ginyenga ilonga Zak Owiso, an artist magoro loso wuoche gi gik mawiti, recycling, tunasema recycling. Biro na kawuono kabiro display kaendi okonya sana, romo gi jo ohala moko mopogore, ang'eyo tije magitimo, wachenjo namba kamano. Kwayo na ne migawo mar cooperatives en ni mondo wang'e kaka wanyalo inua, kaka wanyalo konyo jok ma wuok piny, jok ma pok ong'e tich, wapuonjgi bed gi skills. To gi marketing, gitimno marketing maber, nikech waloso gik mabeyo, to wabet gi marketing maber, wayudo ka wanyalo uso gik moko kendo wanyalo dongore, wakony jomoko be.
An nyinga Nolin Otieno, e kampuni mar Aquarech Limited. Aquarech Limited watiyo gi wach gige aquaculture.
Sema tu wach rech. Kata pith rech.
So Aquarech Limited watiyo gi wach pith rech. Koro basically no biro event ni mondo wa showcase products ma wan go. Wan gi air fried fish. Air fried fish and rech molos gi air fryer. Ma nini okisoi mo itedo gi air fryer. Basically koro gimitimo I marinate the rech no kasti ilose gi air fryer. Air fryer tiyo gi steam, not just radiation. It tiyogi steam. And also one gi feeds, fish feeds ma wausoga, very high quality feeds ma nya support the fish farmers all over the country. Aquarech also wa support joma local ngama dwa chako business mar uso rech. Koro basically we'll put you on board a sector miluongo ni Frywell. In Frywell wa mi the equipments mi botiyogo kaka jiko, karai, gimo and all that stuff. Minya chako go business mar uso rech outside there. And koro kawuono nwa biro event ni mondo wa showcase gi products ma wan go. To wagone county mar Kisumu erokamano nikech gimiyo events makoro wanya interact gi jo locals mondo ging'e products ma wan go. Gimiyo exposure makoro wanyalo interact gi jo ko physically. And gimana nyakwayogi ni kaka inyo event ni ginyalo expand in advertisement mondo everybody within the Kisumu county nyalo biro mondo ging'e events makama, miyo gi exposure mondo ging'e various businesses maniyo ko kucho manyalo ko ngimagi mane.
Nyinga en Elizabeth Otieno. An jakom mar Rakusi Women Group mawuok Kisumu Central, Kondele location. Group ni nochak e higa mar 1998 kod mine modak e alwora mar Kondele. Thoro mar group ni en mar dongruok mar joma mine, kendo miyo koyudo dongruok to en miyo ne family mangima. Koro wan kaka Rakusi Women Group wase bedo ka wakonyore wawegi e yor hola matindo tindo ma wamiyore. To nikech mae ne ok nyal konyowa maber, ne wayudo tudruok kod Uwezo Fund makonyo grube mag mine. Koro e tudruok kod Uwezo Fund waseyudo hola nyadidek. E higa mar 2019 ne gimiyowa hola mar siling 100,000 mondo okonywa jiwo yorewa mag menyo. Koro kawuono ka wabiro ka, wabiro kaka jogo ma osebedo ka yudo kony kod Uwezo Fund mondo wan bende wanyisi e piny ni to kuom kony ma waseyudo ni ere lokruok ma wasebedogo. Koro kawuono wakelo gigewa ma wasebedo ka waloso kendo watimogo ohala mondo wayud godo yuto kaka group. Wating'o bao kendo wabiro go ka. Bao ma wating'o gi wagolo e hardware wa man kona lejo. Koro hardware no nitie gik mopogore opogore, bape, mashinde migogo randa, to kod gik mopogore opogore, nikech bao nyalo gero ot, bao bende loso kombe kod gik mamoko. Mara ariyo bende wating'o gigo ma members mag Rakusi Women Group bende osebedo katimo e ohalni gi gin giwegi. Wan kod net majaber meuso siling 9,000. Net maumo kitanda maduong' mar 6x6. Koro mano wakelo mondo jopiny one, kendo ng'ano manyalo dwaro nyiewo wan kod namba wa ma onyalo yudo wagodo. Bende wakelo reflectors wan go ka molos e yo molony. Wan kod lewni bende ma wauso. Wan gi gik mang'eny kaka Rakusi. Koro oganda manika oneno mwandu ma wan go, kendo ang'eyo ni gibiro chopo mondo jogo madwaro onyal yudo. Gima daher kwayo sirikal, nikech minister kata CS mochung'ne cooperatives bende anika kendo neno gigo ma watimo e stand waka ma wamiye nyaka andiko marwa. Dwaher mondo mi wayud kony wan joma mine mondo wanyal dongore godo kendo wanyal dongo go pinywa. Wang'eyo ni grube duto ok yud kony kata mana ma waseyudo ni. Koro dwaher mondo sirkal oyar bade mondo kikundi mora mora ma mine nitie onyal yudo kony mondo wabed kod dongruok. Pesa ma samoro wayudo sani kata mosebedo kwa yudo Uwezo Fund wayudo kani piny ma ok nyal miyo wadongre maber. To bende ang'eyo ni sirkal nitie gimiluongo ni grant ma inyalo chiw mondo onyal konyo. Koro ka giloso chenro gi to mondo gipar joma mine, gipar Rakusi Women Group to gi grube mamoko mondo mine onyal dhi mbele, mondo mine onyal dongo familia gi kendo onyal dongo piny.
Erokamano. Ago erokamano maduong' ahinya ne Ramogi TV kata Ramogi Station. Kuom nyinga iluonga ni Janet Adhiambo, nyawadwa ni tiluongo ne
Evelyn Adala.
Koro e nyasi ma kawuono ne wabiro e lo grubwa miluongo ni Mine Salem Women Group. Women Salem ni no chake higa mar 2021. Ne wabiro kaka oganda mar nyimine madwaro mondo mi odongre kata madwaro mondo mi ogerre ki ohala. Koro seche mane wabiro kamoro achiel ne wachako penjore kuma wanyalo yude pesa mwanyalo timo godo weche mopogore opogore kata ohandni mopogore opogore. Eka ne wawinjo ni nitie gimiluongo ni Uwezo Fund. Koro ne wadhi mwalimo ofis mar jo Uwezo Fund ma gimiyowa pesa 100,000 ne wapoge kaka table banking ma okonyowa e wechewa mag ohala kendo mag yaro ohendniwa. Koro kawuono ni ne wabiro nyasi ma kawuono mondo mi wanyis gik ma wasebedo kwatimo e grube wago eko kaka an ohala matimo aluongo nyinge ni James Bridal Creations. E James Bridal kanyo nochakore gi talent. Nachaka kwalo mashinde baba wa katemo puonjora tweng'o ma kwalo ma pok ang'enyo no charan. Bang'e mar ariyo na atemo loso talent na ni mondo mi obed gimoro ma meaningful. Makata kaka wachung' kaka keneno wan lewni mineno morwako gi mabeyo gi. Marwako ni kod majawadwa ni orwako ni. Magi lewni molos gi James Bridal Creations. Koro mago bed gi achiel kuom gik mabeyo mane wakelo mondo mi ji one ni wanyalo loso mine mondo rwakre maber, to kata mine kende waloso nyaka joma chuo bende rwakore maber gi nengo moro maber ma ok dhi hinyi. Koro kama ne wabire ka e kibanda wakachande wantiere gi throw pillows ma waloso materials modong' ma watiyo godo ok wawiti. Watiyo godo loso gik machal kama ma waluongo ni table mat. Waloso pillow cases kacha chande kod curtains bende waloso kod gik moko mang'eny mopogore. Koro mopogore kanyo tadwa mondo mi awene nyawadwa ni thuolo bende mondo mi owachi, to kapok awen to odiochieng' ma kawuono ni omiyo wa thuolo mang'eny mag yudruok gi joma moko teno konyowa e networking gi dho ngere. Koro wayudo customer moko mang'eny mabiro biro kendo luwowa mondo mi wan bende walosnegi gik ma gidwarogo mondo wan be wayud pesa. Koro kwayona de dhi ne idara mochung' ne dongruok mar johelni matindo kata SME mondo mi nikech wa mentor nyithindo manyiri wapuonjo gi tweng'o mondo mi giyud tich ma margi giwegi ma ginyalo konyore godo nikech Kenya tich ni piny. Koro odoro joma ndikore kendgi. Koro joma ndikore kendgi kama nitiere nyiri ma wapuonjo tweng'o kod mine matindo mondo mi gibed gi knowledge kata gi nyalo mar ng'eyo tweng'o mondo mi gimany pesa gi kendgi giwegi. Koro wakwayo ochung' ne idara mar dongruok mar johendni matindo mondo mi kanyalore to wayude mashinde moko kendo mang'eny ma extra manyalo miyo wapuonj nyiri gi mang'eny mondo ka giwuok e lwetwa to gimbende wayud kaka wakonyogi mondo gidhi gichak tije gi kendgi giwegi. Ka ok kamano mondo mi awene nyawadwa ni bende wache matin kuom wach ma en go. Erokamano.